What is the most threatening sin? Well, today we're going to figure that out by ranking all the sins from worst to least, except we're not ranking them on how bad they are because all sins are bad. We're ranking them on their threat level and how much they hinder our relationships with Christ. Different categories of sins, okay? All sins are bad, all sins are equally bad, but we do have multiple categories. For the first category, we have heart and attitude. So these sins are basically like the envies and the greeds and the lack of loves. And chat, even if you're not religious, even if you don't follow Jesus or anything, following these principles and not doing these things will just lead to better lifestyle. If we can get some W's in the chat for that, let's get some W's. I'm gonna show y'all pictures for every single one before we rank them, and y'all are just gonna tell me which one's the worst, so we can figure out what the most threatening sin is to our life, so we know how to get rid of that to make our lives better. Let's go! Our first sin is unforgiveness, okay? This is like basically you and your wife, you and your whatever get a divorce, right? And you just can't forgive them. Or someone breaks your pencil and you're like, oh, you broke my pencil, how dare you? How bad is, you know what I'm saying? Because this ruins relationships. This puts a pain in your heart, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like you think bad, you think poorly of someone, and every single time you see that person, you're just like, oh, that person just ruined my darn life, you know what I'm saying? Am I getting scammed? Am I getting hacked? Norton. Did I get banned? I would probably put this in super bad, you know what I'm saying? Because unforgiveness leads to hatred, you know what I'm saying? And hatred is really bad too, because what the Lord Jesus came down to earth to spread was love. And hatred is like the exact opposite of love. Okay, next. Oh, selfishness, chat. Selfishness. Chat, basically what the Lord wants for you, it's like he wants the best for you. He's like a very loving mom. He wants the best for you. So you being selfish to other of his kids, other of his children, it's like literally the opposite of sharing. And sharing, what? It makes you feel good and it makes other people feel good. You get like that warm feeling in your heart. Next up, we got profanity, okay? I'm not gonna lie, for me, this one is just normally bad. Like, I hear profanity from everyone I love. Not everyone, but, you know, profanity can be like, you know, saying explicit words or saying like curse words or saying stuff like that. Like, you hear that every single day. Like, it's bad, but since you're like so used to hearing it every single day, you're not gonna like, it's not gonna be like infecting your life to the max. This is actually probably one of the most threatening ones just because of how much it is, you know what I'm saying? And so often. So generally profanity, like it depends how you see it, like, you know what I'm saying? You're so used to it that it doesn't really matter, or it's used so much that it's slowly like taken away from your relationship with God. I'm just gonna say really bad, okay? It can go both ways, okay? Okay, next. No, I don't want to renew my Norton subscription. What is going on? Lack of love. I'm gonna say lack of love is going to be extremely bad, because how do you conquer all sin? With love, okay? So if you have a lack of love, you're basically letting every sin through. You know what I'm saying? I'll say super bad. I'm gonna say like the worst, darn near. Literally, Jesus came to this earth to show everyone that love conquers evil. Love conquers all. Love is literally the way to have a great life. If you have a lack of love, brother, let's go extremely. Okay, let's go extremely for now. But dude, I'm telling you, I think it's towards the worst. Next up on the list, we got greed. The worst? Okay, brother. Okay, no, I'm not gonna lie. We're putting lack of love literally in the worst, bro. Because what literally lack of love leads to all sin. That's literally the worst, is lack of love. You know what I'm saying? That's literally the worst. Greed is also extremely bad. If your money is more important than like your family or your friends or whatever, or like just you succeeding is higher than the people around you, then brother, you're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna lose yourself. You're gonna lose yourself, your relationship with the Lord, the relationship with everyone around you, brother. Greed worst. I'm not gonna say the worst because literally lack of love is the worst. I'm gonna say it's extremely bad though. It's bad, okay? We're not gonna get past that. It's really bad. Envy, okay? If you don't know what envy means, it means jealousy. Basically wishing you had something that someone else had. This leads to hatred towards that other person. This leads to self-doubt. This is also known as comparison. Okay, this leads to comparison. And what does comparison lead to? literally depression, because you're comparing. If you compared yourself to the best people in the world, you'd be like, oh, I can't do this and whatnot. It freaking ruins dreams, dude. It ruins dreams. I used to compare myself a lot, especially to bigger streamers and stuff. It's when I first started streaming and I didn't really have the light of the Lord in me. I was super envyful. Also in basketball, brother, I really wanted to do good in basketball, like my 9th grade season, and I wasn't like jealous of people, but I compared myself to people and I wanted to be like them. Everyone deserved it, but like I was like, oh, it made me kind of sad. It made me really sad actually, because I thought, oh shoot, I was supposed to be a lot better. But so I'm gonna say extremely bad. This is another extremely bad. Jealousy, literally vomit, brother. The vomit emoji. Bitterness. This is hatred/bitterness. Oh my gosh. Being bitter slash hating someone is literally one of the worst things to do. What's also literally not loving someone, what's the opposite is hating. So literally bitterness is also one of the worst, because bitterness leads to literally all this unforgiveness, selfishness. You know, you just despise this person, so you don't want anything good for them. You're putting harsh words on them. Bitterness/hatred is like the root of evil, the root of sin. The worst? Yeah, I agree. And chat, for all the new people, I just want to say, all these sins are equally bad. All sins take you away from God. All sins are terrible. But this is just like one of the most threatful ones, you know what I'm saying, to our everyday lives. Okay? And last one for the heart and attitude category. This one is going to be arrogance, okay? Looking down on people, putting yourself on a pedestal, having an ego, okay? Arrogance is literally terrible. Yes, you might think yourself is better and everything, but guess what arrogance leads to? Ending relationships like that. As soon as you put yourself on a pedestal over someone, people are gonna start looking at you like a clown. But the opposite of arrogance is humbleness, okay? Loving, okay? It all results back to love, okay? Showing love, showing compassion for that person. I'm gonna say for this, just because the worst is like hatred itself, arrogance is gonna be, I'm gonna say really bad, extremely bad. Next category is going to be speech, okay? So basically in speech, this is like pointing fingers at someone. Verbally sinfulness, okay? Basically that. The first one we have for speech is going to be, what in the world is that? Slander, okay? Pointing down on someone. I just said that because of the picture. This is basically hating on someone. Basically, the best word I can say for instance is bullying. This literally is like one of the worst things. If someone can take it as constructive criticism, worst 100%, really? Or hate? Yeah, it's hate. It's everything bad. It's everything bad. Because it affects you and it affects the person you're going against. That's bad. Real talk. Yeah, no, slander's the worst, bro. Okay, next up for the speech category, we got lying, okay? This is very, very bad. Lying is dishonest. It's being dishonest. It's going against the truth, which the Lord only talks about the truth, right? So why would we want to stray away from that? Yeah, I'm low-key gonna say extremely bad, because bro, lying is just like, if someone finds out you're lying, they're just like, they don't have no trust in you, which leads to people not loving you. And why would you want that? And also them thinking that you don't love them, right? Because if you love someone, you're gonna be honest with them. You're gonna care for them. You know, you want them to know the absolute truth. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say that this is pretty bad. Next one, lying with harsh word. We've kind of put this up with like profanity. Okay, I'm gonna move profanity down to bad. Okay, because this is where it actually comes. Harsh words. Harsh words are like, you're saying stuff to bring people down, to put people down. You know what I'm saying? You're saying, oh, you're so ugly. Oh, you're so stupid. You're so this, you're so that. It's kind of like slander. It's kind of like profanity. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to say harsh words. Harsh words can be anything. Hatred. Because look, harsh words will also lead to hatred, people not liking you, unlove. It's just bad. It's kind of like up there. It's like the worst, okay? Because it's also like slander, kind of. Or worse, yeah. Extremely bad or worse, yeah, I agree. Because it's kind of like, harsh words can be like all that bad stuff, you know what I'm saying? Okay, next. Oh, this one sucks. Dude, this one is terrible. Gossip, okay? No one likes a whisperer, okay? No one likes that. What's that one dude from the Lord of the Rings? When I think about a gossiper, this is literally what I see. Who is this? What's this guy's name? Golem. No hate on Golem, though. Bro, gossiping is not bad, bro. Secret telling, talking behind people's backs. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? And if someone finds out that you're talking behind their back, no trustworthiness, unforgiveness, badness. I'm not gonna lie, extremely bad. Bro, gossiping is just the bad, okay? It's the bad, literally. Is gossiping, chat, is gossiping extremely bad or is it super bad? I'm gonna say extremely, actually, I'm gonna say super bad. I'm gonna say super bad. Okay, and the last one in the speech section is going to be bragging. Oh my gosh, why does it keep doing this? Bragging, okay? Basically like, oh, I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, I one day became the best streamer in the whole entire world and everyone loved me, right? I'd be like, oh yeah, everyone loves me. I'm the guy. Who won that race? Me. Brother, do not be a bragger. It's so lame. Being a bragger is so lame, brother. What bragging is basically, it's like you're trying to sound better to other people, but nobody wants to hear a bragger, bro. Bragging, it's bad. It's not really like, I mean, it's still a sin. I mean, of course, it's just really bad. But threatening though, like, let's be real. This is not really gonna threaten your. Okay, it's gonna threaten your relationship. But like to people outside of you, they're just gonna look at you like, what are you talking about, bro? Like you're just being lame. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it in really bad. Okay. Next category, we got actions to others. Basically, like physical violence. Basically, the first actions to others we have. Stealing, okay? Stealing is extremely bad. It's in the 10 Commandments. Stealing is very bad. Stealing from others, stealing other people's possessions. I mean, yeah, it's extremely bad. It just puts everyone in a bad position. It's like, oh, why would this guy do this? It's just bad. It's like if you're stealing from someone, you don't have love for them. You don't care for them. They don't mean anything to you. And guys, everyone means something, okay? Everyone is created in the image of God. Okay, next up, in actions to others, we got dishonesty / cheating, okay? A lot of us do this, and I didn't even know this was a sin until a couple of months ago, or a couple weeks ago, actually. I thought when it said cheating in the Bible, it was like cheating on your spouse or whatnot, but that's adultery, right? That's also like adultery. Cheating and dishonesty. Cheating and like, doing really bad. Yeah, this is really bad. You don't know it, but like, it's like being dishonest, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're looking up math answers on AI in class. Like that's being dishonest. You're going against like the honesty rule. It comes with lying. It comes with, if you're cheating, if you're not being honest, you don't love that person. You know what I'm saying? You want to be honest with that person. You know what I'm saying? If they find out you're cheating, there goes that. So I'm gonna put that in the worst. Okay, next. This is a very, very bad one. Okay, violence. Violence is not prohibited. Do not smack people. Okay, God gave you a hand. Use it for good. Don't use it to smack someone in the face, brother. God gave you this beautiful body to love each other, not harm each other. Okay, but I'm gonna say violence is probably super bad because, like, I mean, violence is bad, but it's like, it's to the body. You know what I'm saying? Violence is to the body. I mean, violence is terrible. Let's be real. Violence is genuinely like one of the worst. Worst 100%. Yeah, it's like, dude, if you hit someone, bro, you don't like that person. You don't love yourself. It's just like terrible. So I'm like, let's go in the worst. Genuinely one of the worst. Okie dokie. We have oppression, prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. So basically having control over someone, unjust treatment, like not being fair, stuff like that. Not being fair, not being like, having specific bad treatment to other people. Yeah, basically like this picture, like stepping on someone, basically. And really all sins are kind of repetitive. It really just comes down to unlove, okay? Literally not enough love. And that's why this is the worst one, because not having love is literally the worst. Love is what makes us human, you know what I'm saying? If we didn't have love, if we didn't have like a moral compass, brother, we would just do all these things on the day-to-day. All these terrible things on the day-to-day, and we wouldn't care. That's one reason I believe like I have 100% belief that God is real, is the fact that people don't do things, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, if there was no love, if there's no good, if there was no like balance in the world, it would just be chaos. Our last one in actions to other people is going to be, gosh darn it, favoritism. Okay, I forgot what the other word was. There's like a different word for this in, but it was like, I just said favoritism to make it easier. In my opinion, pride is the worst. Oh yeah, we got pride up there. Where's pride? Chat, wait, does pride also mean envy? Is envy the same thing as pride? We have envy right here. I mean, it kind of depends where your heart is. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're getting left out, you just go find a new friend group. But if you like love those people, oh, that's like the worst feeling. You love someone and then they show you like favoritism towards someone else. Like, just showing favoritism can ruin friendships. It can make people look down on themselves. I mean, it's not as bad as the other ones. I'm gonna say super bad, okay? This one's really bad. Don't show favoritism, okay? Next category is going to be sexual sin. The first one is sexual sin. Yes, it's going to be lust, okay? This, especially in young teenage men, is a bad one. And I'm gonna be truthfully honest. This was probably one of my worst sins. For me personally, the more that I've gained love for the Lord and have the Lord's light inside of me, the least this has happened. It's almost fully gone, but sometimes I catch myself slipping up. Almost none, but I still be catching myself slipping up sometimes, looking at girls, whatever. And my lust used to be really bad. Like, I'm so glad I gave my life fully to Christ. Exactly, I'm trying to cut it out of my life. Yeah, dude, you gotta cut it out no matter what. And I know it's super hard. It's super hard. But just give it to the Lord, and he's gonna do your best, and just try to do your best. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put lust ahead of all these guys. Next up in sexual sin, we got impurity, bro. What does impurity mean? Basically not being pure. What do you think about when you think about something pure, chat? Probably kids, right? Kids are like the most pure things, right? They only know what they know, you know what I'm saying? They're not exposed to all the world's evil, you know what I'm saying? Kids are like pure, you know what I'm saying? And actually in the Bible it says God says to have childlike faith, because children, if the only thing they know is the Lord, then they can't know anything else. Of course, it's harder for adults and stuff because we know the evils of the world, but that's why we have to have childlike faith so we can overcome that evil. You know what I'm saying? I think all 7 deadly sins are the worst. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, they're all terrible. Like, every sin is gonna take you away from God. It's gonna take you away from the people you love. It's all bad. And chat, once again, even if you're not a follower of Christ, just staying away from sins, like what it says in the Bible that are sins, is how to live a good life. I think, chat, what do y'all think this would go in? Super bad, really bad, bad? I'm not gonna lie, I would probably put this in. All of these are either the worst or extremely bad, bro. There's only a couple that are not like this. Cause impurity, that like lust comes with that, brother. I'm not gonna lie, this has to be in the worst too. Cause this comes with just not being pure. Yeah, I'll put it in extremely bad. This is bad. It really is bad. Oh, this one's bad too. This is like one of the worst ones. Adultery. You put your faith and you put your truth and you put your love into someone else, and they just backstab you. Literally. It's literally a stab in the back. Like, they just straight to the worst for sure. Probably one of the most gut-wrenching feelings. Chat, if y'all liking this, put a W in the chat. I'm really enjoying this. This is a good conversation. I'm feeling I'm having a great conversation with y'all. I'm really like seeing like it's really good to know the impurities of the world, so we know how to refrain from it. You know what I'm saying? So when we go out into the world, when we talk to ourselves, when we pray, we know what takes away the most from our relationship with the people around us that we love and God. Okay, next category is gonna be self-control, okay? Okay, having control over yourself. If you didn't get that when I said self-control. Okay. First up, we got laziness. Brother, we're all part of it, brother. We're all part of it. We're all part of it. And it sneaks up on you. I didn't even really know laziness was a sin, okay? Until I started reading the Bible, open it up. But laziness in this means it's like when you are literally spending the entire day on the couch watching TV, brother. It's what it means by laziness, it's like the feeling, right? Like, you can, like, don't be afraid to sit down on the couch and watch videos or whatever. Like, bro, enjoy yourself, you know what I'm saying? Be comfortable. But it's that feeling, you know that feeling, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I've just been watching TV all the day, I feel terrible. That feeling, that's laziness, okay? And that is what's bad. So I'm gonna say super bad, okay? It's really bad. It's still really bad. Feel that laziness feeling when you know that you're being lazy, it hurts your soul, okay? Next up on the self-control list, we have gluttony, okay? And chat, I don't mean like you're at a festival, you're at a feast, you're just eating a lot and you're stuffed. I mean like gluttony to the point, the definition of gluttony is eating so much that it is self-harm, right? You're just eating, getting fat. You're hurting the body that the Lord has given you. You're hurting the body that your parents have raised. I'm gonna say extremely bad. Real talk. Drunkenness. Okay, I just said that everyone's done all these sins. I've never gotten drunk. But it is the thing, okay? It is a thing, it's a severe thing. Once again, it affects you. Probably worst, Not everything could be the worst. I know all these sins are terrible, and they all, oh my gosh, all sins are literally terrible. Like, every single one is so terrible. It's disgusting. I'm gonna say, just to even out the sections, I mean, it's still really bad. I mean, it's super bad. Okay, it's super bad. Drunkenness, I'm gonna put it here, right? It ruins your life, though, real talk. Yeah, dude, drunkenness is terrible, bro. It's terrible. Dude, this is terrible, bro. Addiction. Because addiction, if you're addicted to getting drunk, addicted to video games, addicted to pills, addicted to cigarettes, addicted to lust, addicted to pornography, addicted to weed, gee, whaler curse, brother. You're in a really, it's one of the worst feelings ever when you can't get it out. But bro, when you realize that the Lord can get you out of any addiction, bro, that's the best. Next up, and our last category is going to be God-related sins, okay? God-related sins. I mean, of course, all these sins are like kind of like related to God, but this is like in the meaning. It's like God. For God-related, we have first. Oh, whoops. Oh, that was like perfect fit. We have idolatry. This is just terrible, brother. I'm not gonna lie, all these are gonna be in the worst. Idols. So chat, we always overlook this, but chat, I didn't realize this was like a bad, like super bad until like recently. But yeah, maybe not the worst, but like it's bad. Like putting things over God, putting things over your relationships, putting things over that. Worst if high level, yeah, for sure. Honestly, yeah, because chat, I didn't realize it, but a year and a half ago, before like I really locked in. I used to watch the FaZe. If y'all don't know who the FaZe dudes are, or they used to be FaZe, they actually just left FaZe. I used to watch them so much more than like I prayed and like read the Bible. Like it was like that stuff. And I idolized streamers. I idolized basketball. Oh my gosh, I idolized basketball over God. I idolized wanting to get. It was just I just idolized everything over God. And that was literally the most depressing moment of my life is when I did that. For me, it's just I have to have Jesus over everything, or else if I don't have Jesus over everything, all of these things skaplat. If I don't have a purpose, then it's just like skaplat, you know? So I'm gonna say idolizing is in the worst, bro, because you don't know it until you know it. You know what I'm saying? It's up there. It's bad. It's the worst, brother. Okay. The next one is going to be taking God's name lightly, okay? Like saying his name in vain, okay? Also, I just want to make it a thing. When I looked up this word, I didn't type in OMG. I didn't type in whatever. I typed in putting the Lord's name in vain. I didn't say God, okay? I haven't said oh my God since I was in like 4th grade, and then I realized, or 5th grade, and then I realized I haven't cursed or said oh my God since 5th grade, because that was just like, I don't know why, I just couldn't do it. And so yeah, I looked up putting the Lord's name in vain up on Google to get this image. So yeah, dude, this one's really bad. It slips up. I'm not gonna say it's like terribly bad, because a lot of people don't even realize it, and it really, at the end of the day, it just depends where your heart's at when you're saying things, okay? But also, when you're saying these things in front of other people, it's infecting them too. So, yeah, deep down, if you know, it depends on how much you know, chat, right? If, say for instance, it really depends. In the Bible, it says the rich have a harder time getting into heaven. And it's not talking about materialistic things like money or anything. It's talking about how rich you are in the Bible, like how much information you know, right? So it's going to be a lot harder for us, because we know all these things are bad, to get into heaven, rather than someone who lives in Zimbabwe and is in an African tribe or whatever this, and they don't know anything about God, right? It's going to be a lot easier for them to get into heaven because they don't know, right? Okay, unbelief in God. You knowing about God and you know that that he's true and all this and stuff, and you're still going against him. I mean, come on, brother. Like, you're just kind of just setting yourself up for failure, you know? Like, at this point, the worst enemy is yourself. If you know, okay, think about it like this. If you know that God is God, like you have 100% thought in your mind that that's God, and you still don't believe in him, that's the problem, right? But not knowing that he's the God, maybe that's different. I don't know. It depends on your knowledge. Okay, here we go. Next up is hypocrisy, okay? What does hypocrisy mean? It's telling someone to not do something when you yourself do it, okay? Literally, in the New Testament, it says hypocrisy is being used so many times when the Pharisees, basically the people of the synagogues, right? They say, to go to heaven, to do this, to go to heaven, whatever, you need to do this. Basically pay the money, basically do this, basically do that. When behind the scenes, what do? They do the same exact things and worse, right? They do the same exact things and worse. They steal these people's money. They commit sins. And they're telling the public, to the public eye, they're trying to put on this front and say like, oh, I'm doing this, I do this, and you do this, and you can't do that, and I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. Extremely bad to worse. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely say extremely bad, because this is just bad for every. This is just, okay. I'm gonna say the worst, brother, because like genuinely, what are you doing? But I have done this before too in my life. Okay, I've done this before too in my life. Okay, I'm nowhere. If you're doing this, I'm not saying you're a terrible person. Your sin is terrible. Okay, when I did this, my sin was terrible. Okay. Do I do this any longer? No. Okay? To my mind, I don't do this anymore. Okay? Like, when someone used to do this, like when someone would say they're talking about lust or whatever, like 4 years ago, when someone talking about because I was still like a Christian, but I didn't really know anything. So when someone would say, oh, I do this and I watch porn and this and that, I'm like, you watch porn? I literally did that. And thinking about it, I just go, yuck. Now I'm because I did it too. Like, brother, I'm not gonna lie. Being hypocrisy is literally the worst thing ever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Like, dude, we've all experienced sin, and tell someone that what they're doing. You could go on their level though. You know what I'm saying? Hypocrisy is like you're saying like you're above someone. It's all about loving someone and being humble. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, yeah, I know you're doing this. I used to be in the same boat, brother. But this is bad. I love you, and this is taking away from your relationship with God and relationship with the people. And if they listen, they listen. And if they don't listen, up on God related. We have disobedience. Basically, this image right here is Eve getting Adam, like Adam and Eve, like the first people. Eve's giving Adam the apple, and this is the serpent, right? This is disobedience. God said in Genesis to don't eat from the tree in the middle of the garden. What did they do? They weren't going to, but the serpent, sin in this standpoint, whispered in their ear and said, if you eat from that tree, you'll know everything. And what did they do? They ate the apple and they knew they were naked, right? They were naked before. Now they care that they're naked, right? Going against, we're all part of it, right? If you commit sin, you're disobedient, right? Yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't the worst too, dude. We have so many worst, but like, to be honest, dude, like, dude, this is honestly one of the worst ones, because it's going against the word of God. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you see all these sins, you see all these things are bad, and you just repeatedly do it. You know what I'm saying? That's disobedience towards God. We're not perfect. We're imperfect people. You know, there's gonna be moments in our life where we sin again, but we gotta keep bouncing out. We gotta keep bouncing back. We gotta keep telling ourselves and keep telling the Lord that we love Him, and we keep praying, all that. And the last one of the video of this segment is going to be ignoring God's will. Okay? I have a guy here closing his ears because, hey, sometimes the Lord speaks to us, right? One time in my life, the Lord has what I felt like spoken to me. If y'all don't know my story, I was really depressed, came home crying, prayed to God for an hour, and I felt His presence. And that was like my first time I ever had an encounter with God, and that was crazy. And then the time where I felt like I heard God's will was when I was at church. I was at church, and I was so deep in prayer and so deep in everything. I was so deep in prayer. I was like, Lord, what do you want for my life? And instantly, I don't know if He said it. I don't know if it just came to my head, but I'm not even joking. it was streaming, right? It was streaming. At that moment, I felt like I was obligated to spread the word of and the love of God through streaming. It looks like this is going to be our final tier list on the most threatening sins. Once again, all sins are terrible. No sin is worse than another one. They're all terrible, worst things that you can do as a human. And also another thing is, you are not your sin, okay? You are not your sin. That your sin does not depict who you are. What depicts you is who you can be through Christ, okay? And that's how you should look at other people, and that's how I'm gonna look at you, all right? And that's how the Lord is gonna look at you, okay? The only thing keeping you away from the Lord is these sins. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to join the 2J community. All links in description. Make sure to remember, guys, I love you, but Jesus loves you more. 2P out.